Right, so hello everybody, and welcome to tonight's stream. Um, I hope we are all doing well. When last we left our heroes, the party was back in Cherville and was enjoying some Valentine's Day revelry. Um, Sylvia and Justine had earlier gone to visit the village cheater to see about some of the gendarmes who'd been injured in the ogre attack, not really able to do much beyond what was already being done. And Gwynn was trying to start a suffragette movement. Um,
Successful.
yes, she was there. They had a group of women having a night of revelry and fun when Gwyn was talking to one pretty young farm girl. Well, very friendly when she suddenly heard a noise from behind her, and next thing she found herself on the ground with Juliet Castellan kissing her. And I think
Happy days.
that is where we will return to.
Okay, well, I'm in shock. It's good to see you.
So, well, she's on. You as you freeze it, as she pulls back for a moment, and you say that, she suddenly just stops and jumps kind of up off of you, and she's like, "I'm sorry, I,
No, it's
I,
it's fine. It's better than fine,
I,
but I just didn't expect
I."
it.
And she kind of helps you up off the ground, and like everybody's looking, like it was quite obvious. I said, "I, we all thought you were dead, and I heard only an hour or so ago that you had returned. And as soon as I heard, I just had to come and see for myself. And you can see she's like getting very embarrassed and she's blushing profusely. Having just,
Oh,
I'm just so happy that you're safe and that you're okay.
oh no, that was so good of you. And actually, I should have come looking for you when we got back. I'm so sorry. Things just got a bit crazy here, as you can see. But I was asking for you, and I was hoping you're okay. You are okay, right? After the ogre, your family's okay.
Oh yes, yes, no, I'm fine.
Okay,
We
good,
no, we haven't been affected at all by this.
good, good, great. Um, can I get you a drink?
Um, yeah, yes, that would be lovely. And please tell me what happened. You were gone for 3 weeks nearly.
Yeah, I'll take her hand and bring her up to the bar and
Uh-huh.
order us some drinks
Yeah.
and just explain the whole situation about how we went into the forest, ended up in the Fey realm. Time is different there, and it was a few hours for us and weeks here in the mortal world. I'll tell her the whole story.
So you were in the Pharaoh.
Yes, accidentally, inadvertently. I've always wanted to go, and it was just, it was amazing. It was like our world, but different, so pretty, vast. There was a talking rabbit. There were these amazing sisters who were human. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. It was amazing, but it's so good to see you. I'm so glad you're safe, honestly.
No, no. As I said, I'm fine. It's like you're the one who was in the Pharaoh after all. I'm glad that you're safe.
Yeah, no, we're fine. We're fine. I'm just sorry I wasn't here to help. I feel honestly awful about missing the attack and yeah,
What?
and it's terrible that people were injured and died. We probably could have, been useful.
Wait, so when you say that she reaches out and just squeezes your upper arm a little bit, it's like don't be so difficult, don't be so hard on yourself. It wasn't your fault. You were lost in the Pharaoh. The fact that you emerged from there unharmed is incredible, and you're here now. So no, don't be so difficult on yourself.
I suppose it's just my family, what we do is we help people, and it's difficult for me to think that I was away having a great time because I did have in the fair realm. It was amazing, but it just it doesn't feel great to have not been where I was really needed. But we're back now and not going anywhere anytime soon.
Will you and your friends be, do you think, going into the forest to try to face the ogre?
I don't know. Honestly, the forest, it's kind of a law unto itself, and I don't want to be gone again for 3 weeks and have you or, anyone else that cares about us think that we vanished without a trace. I
I,
never would do that, by the way. Like, if we had left, I would have come to see you. I would have let you know where we were going. I
I,
didn't mean to be gone so long.
when you say that, she kind of sheepishly kind of looks down and scuffs a foot, and she's like, "Honestly, I'm just glad that you're safe. We all thought you had died.
Oh, I'm
People
so
have
sorry.
gone into that forest before and not returned.
Of course, yeah.
So
Well, we're here and very much alive. And yeah, I'll just kind of squeeze her hand and yeah, say I'm glad she's here. And I'm gonna ask her how come she didn't come to all the revelries that were happening during the day.
oh, my family has never involved ourselves in the local Valentine's Day festivities.
It's a great party. I mean, much better than at home.
Well, truthfully, it's never been like this before. I've never seen so many of the local women so, and she's like just looking around at like the kind of like the chaos that's going on right now, like that you still got these like dozen or so young women who've been drinking heavily for several hours, are pretty well oiled at this stage, and like yeah, normally the girls who aren't selected, they light the bonfire and then they might go and have a drink or something, and then they tend to go home. I've never. She's like, I'm assuming this was your doing, getting them all so
Well, I might have
excited.
encouraged them that all they need is each other,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
which is true.
I see. Yes.
We don't need men. We just need each other. And I'll squeeze her hand again.
So the rest of you all, of course, see this encounter happening. Um, you see Juliet launching herself at Gwyn, kissing her, and then quickly getting up, and then them going off to the bar of the inn to drink and have a chat. Are any of you doing anything?
Sylvia is staying put. She's obviously she's watching the whole
Mm-hmm.
thing, and she's just kind of looking at them going, okay, fair enough, but kind of just yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Gwyn
Yeah,
is at the bar, probably quite close to Sylvia, and just goes,
What about Justine and Aminata?
Amnata would be watching this interaction and taking note that she was very kind of like a bit blasé about the fact that her and her family were okay during the attack, even though they live very close to the forest. So I'm just going to be like, hmm. And also the growl. I'm going to note that too.
Mm-hmm.
And on that note, I am going to bed. Sylvia's just gonna
Mm-hmm.
down her drink in one, and she's gonna just leave.
Yeah, I mean, at this stage,
time is it now?
it's about 9:30 ish, maybe a quarter to 10. So it's late, but not crazy
Ah,
late.
still early, like,
Yeah, Justine, you need to shoot off for a second.
It's a out of character. Just a
Yeah,
question for you.
yeah.
Did we actually hear as a growl, or because I don't remember throwing an awareness roll.
I'll say Aminata heard it because she was actually standing close to Gwyn when like the interaction happened, but none of the rest of you heard it. Like it wasn't like really loud or anything. It was just Aminata happened to be close to Gwyn because she'd been kind of like egging her on when Juliet just kind of appeared out of the. I mean, it's not a massive crowd of people. It's busier than it was the previous night. As I said, now that the word has gotten out amongst the townsfolk that you've all returned, people seem a bit more at ease with everything that's happened. So Aminata would have heard it, but you were over with I think Sylvia and Mina, so you wouldn't have heard it.
Also, what kind of growl it was?
Yeah.
I don't know, a sexy growl?
It wasn't like wolfish
It was
growl,
feral.
was
It
it? It
was
was like a human
feral.
growl.
It was a,
Oh,
like
shit.
when he's trying to take something away from like a pet, and they just like, yeah. That's what I'm imagining. Anyway, it's a territorial one.
Oh my god, it's like when you try to take Naga's blanket.
Oh, why would you do that?
So yeah, so Sylvia, you're heading off to bed, yeah? Okay.
Gwynn's eyes
no.
just follow Sylvia as she goes up.
Sylvia is
She's a bit
not-
concerned.
There's absolutely no judgment here. Sylvia is just not
Yeah.
here for this. She does not want to be here, so she's gonna go to bed.
Okay. Right. Super. Okay, well, so Gwyn, like Juliet's very, very happy to see you. She was kind of embarrassed by throwing herself at you, but she's chatting to you and
fine.
she's sending out a lot of strong feelers.
A lot of vibes.
There's a lot of like gentle touches on the arm and on the shoulder. There's the odd squeezing of the hand. At one point, a lock of hair falls over your eye and she tucks it back behind your ear. Like, she's throwing some strong signals here, okay? How's Gwyn reacting to all this?
Loving it. Absolutely loving it. I mean, there is a part of Gwyn that thinks like there's something about this family that is not normal, you know? But everything else is just totally overtaking that.
Yeah.
And that is very much in the back of her mind now. And I think she's so young, she's just willing to be like heartbroken if it doesn't work out, you know?
Okay.
So I think probably after like a few drinks and after a few chats, I think I'd lean in, have a little kiss.
Okay.
Yeah.
When you do, she like kind of freezes for a moment, but immediately relaxes and sinks back into the kiss herself. Very, very, very eager, reciprocating a lot.
Yay.
And what starts off as a soft, gentle kiss very quickly becomes very passionate. And like after a shot, she's to hold herself back from it. She's like, she seems almost slightly out of breath.
Well, you're just, I've no words. Like, you're beautiful, smart, just stunning in every way. But there's something about you, Juliet, that, no, never mind. Listen, I'll be a perfect lady, and like, let me walk you home.
Oh no, you can't. I can't ask you to what. I live. You know where I live. It's a good hour and a half back to my house from here.
Oh right, yeah, of course. Forgot.
But
I'll be perfectly.
I'll be perfectly
Well,
safe. You needn't worry.
Oh no, you can't go alone
Of course I can. I'll be
in
perfect.
the dark. No.
I will
Absolutely not.
I promise you. I promise that I'd be perfectly safe. You know, you do not need to worry at all. Okay, and
At
I
the point Justine is probably just going to scoot to Aminata and be like, "Do you want to sleep with Sylvia and Mina tonight?"
Do you know what? I think that would be the best idea. We cannot have Juliet walking home alone. I know, and I'm just going to pipe in. I know you say you'll be perfectly safe. However, you know, things have gotten quite dangerous recently, so I will sleep with Sylvia Aminata. That's no problem for me.
so when you say that, like Juliet, like she blushes quite a lot again because she's getting what you're suggesting here, that Aminata and Justine are leaving the room to go in, and she kind of she looks at you, Gwyn.
It's entirely up to you. I will walk you home.
You will
cannot
not
go
no,
alone.
you will not
Or
walk.
you
No,
can stay.
you will not walk me home. It is far too far for you, and it would be far too dangerous for you having to then walk all the way back
I'm
here.
the one with magic powers. You're not.
Mina, Mina's just gonna go and say like, see, it's way too dangerous, so you have to stay. And our room has a really big bed, and so the two of you, like, yeah,
You can
no,
stay if you
you
want.
totally have to stay. And at the same time,
It also has a
red
spare bed, so
absolutely strawberry.
When
Mina is totally blushing, like
yeah.
completely lost.
When you said when you said it has a really big bed, Juliet also was blushing quite a lot. So, but she's trying to protest and insist that she's okay.
No, you
What?
can't go home. Otherwise, we'll have to walk you home. So, and
Mhm.
we've all been drinking, so you would actually endanger us. So you have to stay here.
When you
I'll just
There is
take
no
Juliet.
You have to
I'll
stay
just take
here.
Juliet aside and say, listen, there's absolutely no pressure. If you want to walk home, that's fine. Can't promise I won't follow a few steps behind, but there's absolutely no pressure to stay here. It's whatever you want to do.
um
Could we hear? Would we be able to hear that?
no, Gwynn said she took her aside, so
Okay,
she did
grand.
say that. So she's what would you like to do, Gwynn?
Juliet, it's completely up to you.
Yes, but I'm asking, what would you like?
Well,
Listen,
should
listen to
there's
your heart.
Angel Gwyn, Devil Gwyn, who will win?
I think we know who will win. Like,
Mhm.
Yeah, no, this is Gwyn we're talking about.
And you're pretty,
Well,
and you're pretty sauced.
yeah. I mean, I would love for you to stay over if you would like to.
And when you say that, she takes your hand and she squeezes it.
Ooh.
Sure.
Okay, well, I will quickly say to the girls they're turfed out of the room. So out you go, get anything you need now. Don't come back for 12 hours, please.
Happily. At that, Amnada's going to literally book it up the stairs, also grabbing Justine stuff as well, and just kind of
Come
like,
back down. I'm getting us around.
Oh, poor Mina's been drinking.
Oh yeah, Mina is completely like five sheets to the wind. Like
Forgot about
yeah.
poor Mina. Yeah, I know.
And especially because like Mina obviously does have a drink now and again, but
So I'm like,
But she's
You know.
generally a good girl, so
yeah, she's generally a good
Uh-oh.
girl. So yeah, she is like gone. So Aminata runs upstairs, grabs some of hers, Justine's, and Mina's belongings, chucks them into Sylvia's room. Sylvia, you're just getting into bed when Aminata rushes in with a bundle of like stuff and was like,
the fuck.
Oh no.
and I'm just going to say, oh, Sylvia, apologies. Juliet will be staying.
Sylvia's saying nothing, just the eyebrows raised. It's like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, I'm just going to run through. I'm just going to say, Juliet will be staying with us. She had insisted on walking home. We thought it was far too dangerous. She insisted she'd be okay, which to me quite suspicious, but that is a story for another day. So we offered to leave the two Lochnairds alone. So you will have a couple of extra bunkmates with myself and Juliet.
Oh yeah, well, of course. They would want their privacy, wouldn't they? Of course, yes. Well, yeah. This bed is big enough if somebody wants to share, and Mina's is also big enough. I'm sure we will find room for all of us. It's not a problem. I am going to go to sleep.
And
You do
apologies.
what you. Oh, don't apologize. Go have fun. That's the day that it is. I'm going to go to sleep. You are going to have your party, and yeah, I may see you later or in the morning, depending on how loud you are coming in.
I am quite quiet and stealthy. As for the other two,
Yeah,
we shall see.
You are very quiet and stealthy and nimble on your feet. The others, Mina, well, at least she does not have Albert with her, but she does not strike me as somebody who would
No, and she's
imbibe often.
oh no, she
So,
Hey everybody, we're back again. 2 weeks in a row, the tech gods are hating us. For those who had been with us at the start of the stream, we're really sorry for this crash again, but you're hopefully seeing this VOD now on YouTube. When last we left our heroes, Aminata and Justine were moving their stuff so that they could share the bed with Sylvia and Mina. Now, it's a large double bed that Sylvia and Mina are sharing, but it's going to be very, very cramped now with 4 people in it. This was to give Gwynn some privacy with the beautiful Juliette Castillon, a delightful farm maiden from the area who had come to the inn having heard that Gwynn had returned. They have had a very, very interesting night, getting to know each other very well. Gwynn worried that Juliette would not be able to safely make it home because it is quite late and it's a good hour and a half walk from Cherville to her farm. Had suggested and offered that she spend the night. So, returning to that now, Aminata, you've dumped yours and Justine's stuff in Sylvia and Mina's room. Mina is
I'm at the bar. And
at the
I'm
bar.
getting drinks ready.
Yeah.
Yeah. I already ordered the drink, so when Aminata comes back, her drink is waiting for her. Like, yeah.
Okay, so Gwyn, you see all of this, your friends sneaking off and doing all this, and Juliet's kind of standing there looking at you, somewhat. You know, she's had a few drinks herself. Clearly, that's affecting her. You don't think that all the redness is because of the alcohol. You think some of it's her proximity to you. What are you doing?
I would hope so. I'll wait for the sign from Aminata that the ghost is clear, and yeah, ask her if she wants to go upstairs.
Okay.
And I'm assuming she says yes.
She blushes.
Hoping she says yes.
She blushes, but excitedly says yes.
Please. So yeah, I'll take her hand and bring her upstairs, and yeah, lock the door behind us.
Okay.
If there was a do not disturb sign, yeah, I'd be putting it on.
a sock.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Whatever the Victorian version of the sock
A
is.
stocking on
They
the
have
doorknob.
stockings. They had stockings in the 19th century. So you take
Yeah,
the stocking,
that's the socially
you stick
done
it, you
thing.
stick it on the door. Okay, right.
And we have a lovely night together. Yeah.
Well, let's get into that. We won't be going into too much detail,
Hopefully.
but you
Ooh.
in the room, and she's kind of standing there expectantly, looking at you, very clearly waiting for you to make the first move.
Yeah, I will
So you
jump
start.
on her and kiss her.
You jump on, you start kissing. It's passionate. It's getting incredibly passionate. We're not going to go into too much details, but there has to be a bit of spice. Okay. Yeah, she is eager. She is keen, and you know the blouse is off in a moment, and she's there with in the corset and skirt, and you're getting more and more enthralled in each other's beauty, and like she is stunning, as I said before. Like it's crazy. She's got the softest lips. Her breath smells like strawberries. Her caress is like goose down feathers. How a young girl who has grown up on a farm could have such soft hands without a trace of a callus is just impossible.
Suspicious.
And
So
suspicious.
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 But Gwyn,
You are not even
Well, that's
thinking of that.
time,
I am happy out.
Yes. And as you are getting more and more enamored, she's panting more, and she.
I hope Sylvia has earplugs.
And
I don't think that exists.
Panting like a dog panting.
excited, heavy breathing. Okay.
Okay.
And you suddenly hear kind of a slight tearing as you feel a give in the back of your blouse as she was running her fingers along your back, and she freezes for a moment, and she see her kind of
Did that just
I'm
tear? Not that it matters, I have more. It's fine.
You go straight
Don't
back
stop.
into it, and she's immediately back in, and she's reciprocating more, and you hear that kind of rumbling growl that you'd
Okay.
heard.
That's okay. All right with that.
And she pulls her. No, this is.
Are you okay?
It's not. No, this is. I need to. I need to go.
Do you, do you need a drink? We can stop. I'll get you a drink.
I need to go. I'm sorry.
Oh no, don't go. It's fine. I'll help.
No, and as you reach for her, she goes no, and she pushes you back, but she way stronger than she had meant to. Clearly,
What's the moon tonight?
or you had it's a waxing moon. Oh, it's not quite. It's close to. It's coming into a waxing moon, and but when she pushes you back, like you go flying back onto the bed. Like she is crazy strong, and she grabs her blouse. I'm sorry, and she just goes and she wrenches the door. And she's gone.
No,
she is gone.
Whoa. What?
And you're sitting there,
Okay.
and you're sitting there, and you're like, obviously,
I'm gonna run after her. Just grab something.
This
me
is
and go down the stairs.
you grab at your blouse, and you can see there is a tear down the back, as if something had cut it with a blade.
Okay.
And as you get out to the corridor, you can't see her. You don't know how she moved so fast, but she is not on the corridor and racing down, trying to put your blouse over your corset.
Yeah.
You just
half caring.
You guys all see they've been gone 5, maybe 10 minutes, and you see a disheveled Juliet racing down the stairs, trying to button up her blouse as she just barrels past you all straight out the front door.
I am.
Does Sylvia hear any of this?
No, you're fast asleep in the next room.
Oh, Sylvia's asleep.
I'm probably going to do a very stupid and impulsive thing, and obviously I'm going to see that she's quite distressed, and I'm going to naturally be concerned about this. So Aminata going to run right after her.
Oh.
Okay, that's cool. Just give me 1 second. I need to pull up.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna keep running.
Well, a moment after, about 15 seconds after Juliet barrels down the stairs, you see Gwynn running down the stairs, also disheveled, putting her blouse on. As you, Aminata, go, I just need to look at your movement.
Mina's just looking at you.
My movement's
like,
No, Aminata's movement, because she's ahead of you. You're pretty fast. But you go racing out, and you can see Juliet. Juliet is moving with a crazy lightning speed.
Fucking knew it.
And she's already halfway across the square in the space of time it took you to kind of collect yourself and bundle through the crowd of people, which you're fairly good at. You're small and you're nimble, so you can get around. But it's not like it was a clear path. She was knocking people past her. She was going straight for the door, and like sent 1 or 2 people. I'm not talking like flying across a room, but was like knocking people properly out of the way. You know, as she was barreling out, and
they're vampires.
as I said, like by the time you get to the door, she's already well over halfway across the town square, going at a breakneck speed. I mean, you can try and go after her if you want, but I'm just going to say it's.
I'm going to run after her primarily to see just how fast she's going, and to see if anything happens. Like,
okay. So this is okay. So we're going to do 3 rolls. Okay. Mm-hmm. So your first roll is going to be dexterity.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I use quick reflexes or acrobatics?
No, you can't.
Okay. So that is a 16.
Okay, 16. Okay, so you're racing, and she doesn't appear to be getting that much further ahead of you, okay? Mm-hmm. But you are both moving at speed. You are quickly, like you're sprinting, if you get me, okay? This isn't a jog. You are sprinting, okay? So
yeah.
I'm going to need another roll from you now, but now this is fortitude stamina.
Oh, alrighty.
Yeah, because we are moving from a short distance sprint into this is going to become more sustained. Now I
Nat
roll.
20.
Okay, well I rolled terribly, so you're matching pace with her for the moment. Okay. All
Mhm.
right. So she hasn't been able to get ahead of you. You're tapping into your inner stubbornness. You're going at it. But you are getting tired, but you're keeping at it. So, can I get another fortitude stamina roll off you, please?
No worries. How far away am I from the field there?
Oh, yous are already like a good 80, 90
So
meters from it. Yous have already well across the town square.
Uh, Sorry, what role was that?
Fortitude, stamina. I don't think you have stamina. Do you?
No, so that is a 15.
She is getting ahead of you. You are tiring. Yes, she is getting ahead of you. The nat 20 was really like, if you'd rolled well this time, you might have been catching up with her, but she beat you in that roll. So she is now getting ahead of you. Give me another roll.
Another fortitude one.
Yeah, this is still fortitude stamina.
17.
Yeah, I rolled a 22
Ah, shit.
there. She's going ahead of you. You are beginning to lose your wind. And Gwyn, you came down looking for Juliet. You couldn't see her anywhere. But you saw Mina and Justine in the at the bar, looking bewildered. Yes.
Yeah, I would have run out the door. I
Yeah.
assume she
So
was
you racing
like
out the
leaving
door,
and
you
leaving.
you just see two figures racing off, like way down, like
Mina, when she sees Gwyn, she's just kind of looking at Justine, going like, "You see this?"
And Justine would just be like, what is going on? She'd be like,
I
what is going
don't
on?
know. I'll grab Justine by the arm and just like run after Gwyn.
yeah.
Because I'm worried that
Give
something
me
happened.
Mina, give me a dexterity roll at
Yeah, I'm playing
disadvantage.
a little bit
Okay,
like
disadvantage on this one. -5 penalty to your roll.
Oh, I rolled an 18. What's my dex?
It's not terrible. It's 2,
Not
so that's
terrible.
20. So 15. Okay,
Yeah,
you
I'm
don't
swaying a little bit.
you,
Like,
you,
whoop.
you okay, you don't run, but you manage to start walking in the general direction without falling on your ass. But you're not running, okay?
In my head, I am
Fine.
super fast.
In your head you're like, "Oh, we're going to get them. I'm barreling." And
I
like
am
yeah.
splashed.
Yeah, exactly. So Amanati, you are beginning to like not completely gas out, but you are tiring and slowing as Juliet is barreling ahead of you, and you're not going to keep with her. You are incredibly dexterous. You're incredibly acrobatic. You're very nimble and quick over short distances. But this has gone from, as I say, a 100-meter
Short
sprint
distance to an endurance run.
into an
Yeah.
endurance run, and she does not appear to be tiring at all, being the hardy farm maiden that she is.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Oh, that
Like
is
there's nothing
suspicious.
else in there.
Do you know I'm like a note taker, like notorious, and I just
She's a
wrote down weird,
lycanthrope.
suspicious
She is.
shit.
She is.
She's
She
a
Weird,
lycanthrope.
suspicious shit.
100%.
She's a
Weird,
Absolutely.
lycanthrope.
suspicious shit.
I
Oh
don't
Because
know.
yeah, no, she's a fucking werewolf.
I
the
don't.
primary reason I was following
Rams.
her wasn't necessarily to catch her. It was to observe her.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
well, Gwyn, you race up and you catch up to Amanati, who's kind of slowed down a bit. And basically, I'm assuming Amanati, you've pretty much stopped at this stage.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
kind of like grab
Although, are you
onto
like,
Amanda and kind of fall on her because I'm not as fast or fit as
No,
her.
no.
I'm just kind of cling on to her. I'm just like, I don't know what I did. I don't know what happened. Did you find her? Where is she?
I was just going to turn to Gwen and say, well, she went running this way and I followed her. However, Gwen, I think we need to think very carefully about this. I'm 99% sure she is not human.
I know. I know she's
What?
not. I know deep down It's not normal for her to be that beautiful, but I really like her.
Believe me, I've had some questionable dalliances of my own. However, what happened to?
I don't know. I legitimately don't know. She was there 1 minute and then she was running out of the room and
Do,
I don't know
do,
what happened. I don't
do
know if I did something. Like I
Are you turning around and starting heading back towards the Le Petit Auberge?
at this point,
I suppose
Aminata
so,
would
yeah.
probably be holding up Gwen and like leading them back
So,
because the last thing I want is for many more people to
of
fall
course,
outside, and I'm very conscious that it is dark
yeah.
and shit's been going down in this town.
There's one or two there is one or two street lamps in the town. It's not lit up like a city, but there is one or two, and there's one. You're on the main square, so there's one there. But as you turn
Mhm.
around, and you start walking back. Aminata, you spot. I'm not even gonna make you make an orange roll because you're like right beside her, and you're fate touched. So you are fate touched, aren't you? Yeah, you are fate touched.
I am.
So
Yeah, I am.
you have dark side. You spot there is a tear down the back of Gwyn's blouse as if somebody cut at it with a knife.
So it's like it's like
Like
it had been taken to a
Or a
seamstress
it
and
doesn't look
miracle!
so this is the thing. It doesn't look like it was like ripped with hands. It looks like it was cut with a knife with a
uh
blade. It's a clean cut. And like
Aminata's going
you notice it because like Gwyn has her blouse on her, but the wind is kind of catching and you see where it's kind of caught the fabric and yeah.
Aminata is going to put her hand over where the cut is, pulling the two sides together, and that's how I'm going to like also hold Gwen up. So I'll be looping an arm underneath, holding that, and I'm going to say, Gwen, she effectively slashed your shirt.
Did
Those
she? I don't know. And Gwyn's just kind of gonna fall into Aminata and get really upset. And
I'm just going to stand there kind of petting her and say, "Oh, it's okay, mon
Sweet.
petit chouchou, it's okay. It's
I
chances
feel
are
so bad. I don't know what I did.
you more than
This is a
likely,
I should have walked her home. It was such a bad idea.
more than
I am
likely
never drinking again.
you did nothing wrong. More than likely something happened. She got very excited by what was happening and her emotions just run away with her. Sometimes this things like this do happen. You didn't do anything. She seems more concerned that she probably hurt you. And to be fair, we can now see why she was not worried at all about walking home at night. You could probably blink and be there in a minute. So it's nothing you did, and I'm going to just be kind of like hushing her, just trying to soothe her, just making light of it, try and just ease her fears because I know that she really likes this girl, this person, this creature.
This
I know
female.
this female sounding like a Ferengi. Uh,
And
so yeah,
dare you assume her gender?
yeah. So
Oh no,
I'm
Gwyn was getting a good feel of her gender.
Still.
a good feel.
Yeah, she was.
So I'm I'm just going to try and reassure her and just say, listen, it's hap and I'm just going to make up some fucking bullshit cockamamie story that something similar has happened to me where I fell into bed with this fey man and all of a sudden all my clothes are shredded, things like that, just to say it happens, sometimes when people like stoked with the fires of passion, you get a bit risky and to be honest, she was probably just very concerned about hurting you because she obviously cares for you dearly. Believe
How
me,
would she have hurt me? Like, I don't understand. Like this.
well, considering how she ripped through your shirt, which is probably a bit made of slightly tougher material than your skin, one thing leads to another, all of a sudden you've got puncture wounds.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think I don't know. I'll go and find her tomorrow.
W- I
Are
would
we
rec- I
running
would
into you?
recommend we give her some space and then we can go and find her another time. but she probably needs a bit of time to just come to grips with what may have happened. We
I suppose, yeah. That
come
makes
along.
sense.
Let's have just one more drink, and we'll go to bed, and we'll wake up nice and fresh. We'll be able to think a bit more clearly about this all. I'm sure Mina is probably trying to make her way out here. Justine is probably very confused. Everything happened in such a blur. And
Oh
we'll,
God,
we'll,
poor
we'll just,
Mina.
Mina is more than fine. More than fine. Might have a slight sore head tomorrow, but I'm sure between Sylvia and yourself and Justine, you'll be able to get her right to thing.
I don't know what I did today. I think, oh my God, I'm a terrible influence. Poor Mina is probably never going to speak to me again. Poor Justine is probably completely shocked by my behavior and everything else. And I think I'm just gonna go to bed and
I
Mina,
guarantee you, Sylvia doesn't give a shit.
all I can say is
I know
Mina.
Sylvia's been there, done this before.
Mina is very accustomed to what is it? Forgiveness. Isn't that the whole premise of her faith? And as for Justine, Justine has seen diplomatic children before. She could tell you herself. So come on along now.
Do we run into the?
So Mina, you finally gotten to the front door of the inn as Aminata and Gwyn come back inside, and Gwyn is kind of like
Right.
snuggled into Aminata as you don't quite collide, but yeah.
I finally got up you.
Oh,
What
Mina,
happened?
I've created a monster. What have I
What
done to you?
happened?
Oh God.
Why?
Gwen is just
What?
questioning all her life choices right now.
Why? No, I enjoy a drink every now and again.
Oh no.
No, you
So
see,
what happened?
I feel
What
so
happened? Why did
bad.
you do that? Why? What's going on? What happened?
Justine?
No.
Gone home, is she?
yeah, no,
Aww.
Justine is like coming after her. She was trying to sort of like make sure that Mina is okay. She didn't want to quite like, prevent her from what she was doing, but she was kind of like, walking like like a step after just to make sure that like if Mina starts falling,
Yeah.
Justine will try to like at least
Here,
not catch her
go
maybe, but
this way.
somewhat soften the fall.
Mm.
So
Oh,
Justine is
Mina,
there as well.
I've been such a terrible influence today. Oh
Oh,
my gosh, poor Mina. Like, this is not
she can't
like
go
you.
home.
Listen, I'm gonna go to bed and
Hey, what are you
I'll take
talking
Mina
about?
away. I'll take Mina upstairs
Never,
as
you've
well.
never met me. You've never met me.
Mina, I think
And
it's
I
time
enjoy a
to
drink
go to
every now
sleep.
and again, so it's fine.
Oh,
But
yeah,
what
yeah, and
happened
I'll
to
just kind of
Juliet?
grab onto Mina and
Did she go home
I'll
Yeah.
or
just sulk
why?
my way
Oh,
upstairs with
okay,
her.
yes,
So
that's
I
okay.
kind of feel
But we
responsible. I
have
have
to
created
How
this.
loud are you guys? I just
we
like.
have to
I,
be
I,
quiet.
Aminata would
Sylvia,
probably
we
recommend that Mina stays in our room,
Yeah.
and I'm more than happy to bunk with Sylvia and just explain to Justine, maybe if you could retrieve our belongings just for ease of access in the morning.
Yeah.
So
yes, we walk
Yeah,
past
I'm
the
gonna just
door.
like
I'm like,
bring Mina upstairs and we can be as loud as we want into our usual room and I'm gonna just put her in the bed and take off her shoes and
Yeah.
just climb in beside her and quietly sob. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I cuddle you because
I'm also gonna put
I
a
know
chamber
that
pop beside you in case
I
you need
know
to puke.
that you are crying, so I'm just gonna cuddle you. But after like 2 minutes, you hear like,
yeah. Like passed out,
oh,
drunk.
do you know
It's
me?
okay. It's okay. I'm totally
I'm here
understand,
for you.
Gwen. It's fine.
Okay. So
Your snores lull me to sleep
yeah,
eventually.
they do eventually. Gwyn, you are cuddled up to Mina, quietly sobbing to yourself, wondering what you possibly did to offend or hurt, the beautiful Juliet. As you think about how you've corrupted your friend Mina, and just as you said, really thinking about all your life choices, as you said, you do eventually fall asleep. But it's not a good sleep. It's not a restful sleep. Okay. So we getting up the next morning, Mina, I need you to give me a fortitude resistance roll, please.
Oh, I'm up.
No, but I still need a fortitude. Well, actually, no. First of all, fortitude resistance to see if you do wake up.
Fortitude. Yeah, I have a good fortitude. What's my fortitude?
You have a fortitude of 2. You do not have the
Yeah, so
resistance talent though.
16.
Sorry. Sorry for interrupting. I'd say during the night, like, Justine tried to ask Aminata what happened. So she's kind of aware.
Mm-hmm.
So you got filled in.
Yeah. So I mean, Aminata like could only really tell you what Gwynn told her, which wasn't actually a lot of detailed information either. It was mostly, I don't know what I did. I'm a terrible person.
Yeah, but like Aminata saw how like fast.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I mean,
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
no. Aminata would
all that
give
kind of
just
jazz.
the
Can I
like
use
Just like
full
Mark?
breakdown.
Justine did not like see anything. She
No.
was just like, Juliet ran first, then Green ran, then everyone started running, and she was just like, what is going on?
Aminata, as well as telling her how unbelievably fast young Juliet is, would you have told her about the blouse?
I definitely would have told Justine. Definitely would have told Justine.
Okay, right. Okay.
Just to kind of be like, and there was this thing, so you know.
Right. Okay, so sorry, Mina. What
They
was?
went to school together, so I don't know what shit they actually saw.
Yeah. What did you get for
can I
that?
use Arctic?
No, this is resistance, the
No.
talent against poisons.
Okay, so 16.
Okay, that's actually not terrible. Okay, it's So what I will say is,
I wake up but I'm hanging.
you wake up, and you think you've woken up in time to get to mass, but you are in bits. Your head feels like there are artillery cannons going off inside it. Your tongue feels like it's made of 100-year-old rug. You have this bile on the back of your throat. You're parched, completely parched as well. You feel like you've been sleeping in a desert for a week. Like you are just absolutely in bits. You could probably make your way to the to the church for mass, but
I'm dragging myself. If you can drink, you can get up. That's what we say at home. So.
Okay, so
if you drink, you can get up.
you're
hard enough. It's basically if you're tough enough to drink, you're tough enough to fucking get up. So I'm getting up, dragging myself to church, absolutely hanging.
Okay.
Oh, you'd have to go back into. You could be going into the room to share with Sylvia. I suppose Sylvia would have just woken up as normal and gone downstairs.
Well, you were the first one to bed. You went to bed about like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, so like I'm gone.
And you also you were kind of drinking throughout the afternoon and evening. But what I'm saying is you were drinking out throughout the afternoon, but you were sipping your drinks. You weren't necking them back. You know what I mean?
I wasn't drinking at all, really.
Well, I mean, you had maybe one glass over the course of the entire evening, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? You weren't drinking. You know, it was maybe you had a glass of wine over a period of maybe 3.5-4 hours, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So you were drinking, but you weren't drinking. You know, you wake up and hear Mina coming in to get a change of clothes so she can go to mass, and you can see Mina's trying to be really quiet, but her face looks almost green. She looks like she's about to throw up. She's wincing to the light that cuts through the curtains. She's in bits.
Mina, I know you want to go to mass, but I think you should get into bed and maybe sleep for another couple of hours.
So what you hear is, Mina, I know you want to go to mass, but I think
Like Sylvia's actually
Like-
very soft.
You are. I
So.
Oh, just don't like. Do you have to be so loud? God, this is,
Oh,
you,
I don't think that I can
I
fix
feel-
this, Mina.
Oh,
I assume that
God,
everybody has.
please just don't say anything.
Would you
I'm
like
going.
some help? Or I'm going to use the lesser telepathy cantrip, and I'm just going to say, would you like some help getting dressed?
Oh, my brain hurts. Oh, don't do that.
Not talking. You told me not to talk.
Ow, ow, that hurts my brain. And I'm just gonna leave the room, go downstairs, see if the innkeepers are there, and if so, I'm gonna ask for some coffee.
They're not. They're not. They're like.
Maybe the spirits
Have some bread.
around. What's the brownie, the French equivalent? I'm like,
Yeah, they-
G'day.
have some coffee,
Give me a charm roll, Mina.
please.
That
Please.
charm roll.
Yeah, no, I have 0 charm, and
Yeah.
I rolled a 3.
No.
Well, Sylvia would have gone down after Mina to make sure she didn't fall down the goddamn
So-
stairs.
So
Do
you see.
walk down the stairs so loud? Do you have to? Like, honestly. Oh, what are you wearing? Did you get new boots? I mean, oh my God.
My boots are army issues, thank you very much.
They're awful. Oh,
They've served me
you're
very
from
well.
miles away. This is awful.
Do you want to go in the back and put on the kettle onto the and try and make some coffee?
Yeah,
Good.
Sylvia's gonna go back and just say she doesn't know if the cadet is there, but she's just gonna be like, my friend needs some coffee, so I don't mean to encroach. That is just why I am here. I hope that I am not interfering with anything, but I mean absolutely no disrespect. I know this is your space now, but I need to help my friend.
Oh, excuse me. So you go, you put the kettle on. There's there actually is a small fire lit in the stove.
I assume it's banked, like.
It was banked, yeah, so you can get that
Yeah.
going pretty quickly, and you get within a few minutes you get the water boiling, and you turn around and there's some cups on the side on the counter that weren't there a minute
Oh.
ago. So and the coffee is there beside the pot.
Oh, thank you so much. My friend is in a very bad way. I assume that the rest of them will also be. Also Gwynn, who knows? She's probably quite happy, I'm sure. Yeah. Anyway,
So
Sylvia doesn't know what happened.
no, she doesn't.
But she's just gonna sit there and be bitter and try to help Mina.
So yeah, Sylvia comes out with the coffee, a small pot of coffee on a tray with some cups, and you get a nice strong cup of coffee, and it does help.
You're a saint. You're absolutely wonderful. So
I am definitely not a saint, but
Oh,
I appreciate the sentiment.
I do need to go to church. I need to pray for poor Gwyn. I think something terrible must have happened.
Please.
yesterday. Like,
I'm sure Gwyn had a very fun night, and
no,
you should
no,
not
she
judge.
did not. She did not, because Juliet ran away. Something happened, so
What happened?
I need to go. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but Juliet ran home, and well, I think she ran home, and I don't know. Like, they were so upset, poor thing, and but I was there. I was like consoling her.
You see a slightly knowing, but like very sympathetic, but also extremely jaded look across Sylvia's face. This is happening.
So
Whoa.
I'm gonna go and pray and hope that the two of them can reconcile. And
I don't think that reconciliation is required. They probably need to.
Sorry, folks, as Tech God's really hating us tonight, we're getting lots of gremlins, so we had that crash there. Really, really sorry. We're back now. We were in the La Petite Auberge. Mina and Sylvia, the only two up yet. Even the owners of the inn, not up yet. And Mina saying that she was going to pray for Gwyn and Juliet because there was some sort of row or altercation. But Mina, you are also conscious of the time and you do want to get to church to get to mass, okay? So you shoot off, I'm sure, yes?
Totally, yes.
Okay, so Aminata, Justine, you would have heard Mina or Sylvia getting up. And Gwyn, you wake up to the feel of an empty bed, having been cuddled into Mina all night. You're woken up by the absence of a warm body there, and a slightly damp pillow. And
Yeah, I'm gonna just immediately get up and get dressed.
putting on one of
And
your other blouses because the blouse you're wearing yesterday has that tear down the
so
back.
at this stage, yeah, when I'm taking it off, I like notice that it is in fact like a straight tear. It's
Yeah.
not like torn, you
Yeah.
know. And okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, get changed and then go down and just go straight into the kitchen, grab a plain slice of bread, and walk out of the inn.
Well, when you
You-
walk
you
down,
seem to walk-
you see Sylvie. She's in the common room.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk past everyone,
Okay, all right.
just go straight out.
Okay, so Sylvia, you see Gwyn go out into the kitchen, come back out with a slice of bread, and she starts to walk out.
Okay. Sylvia is just gonna like put down her cup of coffee, roll her eyes, and just be like, "Oh, for fuck's sake!" Okay, just gonna get up and go after Gwyn
Okay.
in a real like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to go after this."
So,
Right.
so I'm gonna say Aminata Justine, you're getting up, but by the time you get up and come down, like Sylvia, you notice was gone, and you come down. There's no sign of Gwyn. You just go back up to the room. You see she's gone. You assume Mina's managed to get the mass, you know. But
So Sylvia is gonna follow Gwyn and just be like, hold on.
Oh, Sylvia, what are you doing here? It's so early.
I'm staying in the inn. Oh, Mina wanted to get up for mass.
Oh, right, yeah.
I hope that she
Who does
makes
that?
it. Yeah. She's in a
Oh,
very
right.
bad way.
Was
But
she
she's
really bad?
Look, it happens to us all sometimes. But how are you?
I don't know what to say.
I heard that there was an argument and Juliet left
Honestly,
in a hurry.
Sophia, I don't really want to talk about it right now. Like, Gwyn is just in that numb state. Like, she's been crying most of the night. Like, she's like running on empty emotionally. So she's just saying to Sylvia, look, I don't want to talk about it, and she's just gonna keep walking.
Gwyn's eyes are puffy. It's clear she was crying. She's also got a hangover as well. She's looking very upset. Like, she's not hiding this. It's quite clear she's upset. It's quite clear that she was crying. And you were crying last night and probably crying a little bit this morning as you were getting dressed, thinking of...
Well, she's more in that like steely kind of numb stage this morning, where she's just like up and out.
But you still have that look of somebody who was probably crying for a while, you know? You still have that look, the slightly puffy red eyes and that, you know? Even though you're like trying to be focused and stuff. So Sylvia, you're seeing all this.
Oh no, I just don't have the emotional bandwidth for this. Okay. You don't have to talk. Okay, Sylvia is following. She's gonna grab her the material of her
Sylvia, what are you doing?
You don't have to talk, but I am just going to say that you are quite ill. I think you should come back to the inn, eat a proper breakfast, have some coffee, and also I understand maybe Juliet became overwhelmed. I do think that whatever happened, I don't think that it's your fault.
I appreciate that. But
Okay, great. Let's go back to the inn. Come on.
no, I have to go see her. So, yeah,
It's
Gwynn
an
just
hour
keeps
and a half
walking.
away. We were going to. There is an ogre. You
I'll
can't
be
go on
back.
your own.
I'll
You
be back.
can't
I'll
go
be
on.
fine. I'll be fine. And as all this is being said, Gwen's just still walking. Like, I'll be
Oh,
fine. I'll be back by lunch. Don't worry. Don't worry about me.
Sylvia is just going to be kind of very much like, oh, fuck, I can't let her go on her own. Oh. And she's just going to be like, I'm going to be behind you, but
Honestly,
You-
I'd rather be alone. No offense,
I'm
but
more. No, none taken. But I don't want you to get eaten by the ogre.
I won't. I won't. Don't
You know,
worry.
if they
I'll be
catch you, they
fine.
will try to eat you.
I know. Well, would that be so bad? I don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh,
An
when you
emo lesbian on top of all of this.
Oh my god.
you don't see
Full emo.
this, Gwyn, because you have your back to her, but Sylvia kind of looks like you kicked her in the stomach and she's like, okay, I'm not dealing with this. I'm just gonna walk back. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like,
Gwen just keeps going.
Gwen keeps going.
oh, that's
So-
way too much. I cannot deal with that.
So Sylvia, you get back into Le Petit
But she
Auberge.
basically stops. She kind of nearly hunches over like she got kicked in the stomach, and she's just gonna be like, okay, fuck, I'm not dealing with this. I'm just gonna walk back.
You head back to the inn, and Justine and Amanat are there, and Marie is there, and she's getting them breakfast. Oh no, what just happened? I don't believe.
Oh, she's there.
Oh, she's back. Okay, we'll just keep. Wait, OBS is freezing on me again. Oh no,
For fuck's sake.
I don't believe this. This is just such a nightmare. Oh,
There she is.
Discord is just kicking me out every now and again. I don't know.
But okay, so something really weird has happened on OBS. We've all frozen except for Polina. Yeah, I don't
Paulina's
know.
like top class broadband.
Yeah.
No, I don't know what the hell is happening here. Hold on. What happens if I
Yeah,
do?
my internet is perfectly fine. It's just bloody Discord that just decides to kick me out. Like, you know.
Hold on. I don't know what's going on here.
Nothing else open, literally. Like, I don't know what the heck.
I'm going to have to redo the overlay for everyone bar Polina because it's just frozen for everyone else, and I don't know why.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. Like everybody else is frozen except for Polina.
That's weird.
I don't know what the hell's happening, and it hasn't even reset to in the proper order now that Christine is back on.
Move to Rathfarnham, lads.
I
No,
don't.
no internet
Where
goblins.
the best internet is.
I don't know what the fuck is going on here. It's just.
But like, bloody hell.
I'm gonna be on to my buddy Rob. He's my like tech guy. And ask him for some tips on what I can do to try and troubleshoot what's causing all these problems because this is just crazy. 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, something's not normal there.
Yeah, I don't know.
That one evening when it was really stormy. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's okay. It's not even that bad. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, I'd understand if it was stormy outside.
Yeah.
Okay. Nearly there, folks. Sorry. Okay. Right. So we're back. So Sylvia, you seeing letting Neve, or not Neve, letting Gwyn race off on her own, you head back into the inn, into the Petit Auberge, okay?
Not dealing with this
Yeah.
heavy emotional shit.
Going inside, you see Justine and Aminata are there. Maria's up as well, and she's prepared them breakfast. Because you didn't actually have a proper breakfast, you should have had some coffee. So Justine and Aminata, you see Sylvia coming inside.
Hmm.
Yeah. You're very, you're up very early. Is everything okay?
Oh, Mina wanted to go to mass.
Oh my God. And she
Yeah.
managed and she made it out the door?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if she made it through the church. She may have had to vomit in the bush
Walk
along
on.
the way, I'm sure. She was quite green. Marie, I hope you don't mind. I did go into the kitchen and make some coffee for Mina and myself because Mina was in quite a bad way.
It's okay. Would you like some breakfast?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
Okay.
Also, Gwynn is extremely upset. She has gone out to the Castilian farm. I could not stop her.
Yes. I
I did
thought
try. I
that.
even tried to say that I was, there for her. Um, she's quite upset.
Oh,
So,
it was quite an upsetting evening for her.
what happened? You said there was an argument, or they had
Well,
some sort of.
well, I wouldn't have had a chance to speak to Sophia just yet. Um, well, they'd gone upstairs, to
Mhm.
do what, lovers do.
Yeah. I don't want to hear about any of that. What happened after? Why did
Oh,
Juliet leave?
okay. First of all, please do not take that tone with me. I'm just
Oh,
relaying the information
I
that happened.
I do apologize. I'm sorry. I
I,
shouldn't have said
I,
that. I'm sorry.
I know you have some feelings about what lovers do and all that, and that is your business, but you asked for
Yeah.
information and I'm willing to
Yeah.
give it.
Okay. Yeah. No.
Yeah, so Aminata was very much using her big diplomat voice there. Like,
And
anyway,
Sylvia's like, no, I'm being a bitch. Need to stop. Fine,
uh,
fair
Bye.
enough.
Bye, shit. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
that's not for you to deal with. That's for me to deal with. Sorry.
so no, that is okay. I understand tension is high at the moment. So they'd gone upstairs, and then we were down here, myself, Justine, and Nina. And next thing you know, like this was shortly after I'd returned from putting our belongings in the room. And next thing I know, Juliet is fleeing out of the door. Fleeing. I've never seen someone move so fast. And she looked very disheveled. So naturally, I was very concerned and I just ran after her. And, I'm not slow. I can be quite fast.
Oh, I have seen. Yeah.
And she outran me. She was going at an inhuman speed. And quick question, based on just kind of based on general kind of I don't know spatial awareness, would I have been able to kind of assess roughly how fast Juliet was going?
She was going fast. She wasn't going at a supernatural speed, but she was going exceptionally fast.
Okay. So yes, she outran me very, very easily. And then by the time I fell back and Gwyn had caught up with me, Gwyn was the poor dear. She was in tears. She was upset. She was trying to run after her. I said that might not be a good idea. While I was trying to get just to understand what happened, and it turns out that you know it seems like in the fit of passion, Juliet may have cut Gwen's blouse, and he said that Juliet
Gwen
got either.
herself is all right, so yeah.
Oh, Gwyn's fine, not a scratch on her. Juliet was
Hmm.
very, very careful, but but naturally she was quite distressed because she wouldn't want to hurt, her. new little amour. But yeah, she was very,
Okay.
very distressed. Shirt was cut, and Gwen, I thought we had an agreement that there would be time, so she would have a bit of time to think about it. However, I can see that she is well on her way. It makes a lot of
Mm,
sense that Juliet was not concerned about traveling home all on her
yeah.
own in the dead of night because she would get there very quick.
Also, if she is very fast, she may also be very strong.
Oh, well, considering how cleanly the cut on Gwen's blouse was, I'm I could imagine maybe some sort of a talon or claw of some sort might have
Well,
been the cause.
okay. So taking aside the slightly unusual aspect, her speed, everything else. So taking aside all of that, because we'll
Oh,
move that aside.
and there was the growling when she pounced on Gwen when she saw.
Growling.
Oh,
Mm.
I was right beside her. You know when Gwen had been talking to that lovely, charming, pretty girl, and Juliet came in, there was a bit of tension, and then all of a sudden, whoop, on her
Yeah.
like a wolf on a lamb to the slaughter. Yes, she was growling,
Okay.
growling, very
Well,
territorial.
taking all of that aside, I think what happened, and it is something that does happen, I suppose. These are not always the most accepting of times. Women who are attracted to women, I think that maybe what happened, Juliet became overwhelmed and she felt compelled to leave because of that, which is nothing to do with Gwyn. I was trying to explain this to Gwyn before. I'm not she was not she did not want to hear it.
I think,
I s- oh yes,
sorry,
yes,
I
Justine.
think on our side, it might be wise not to interfere. Neither of
Oh,
them was hurt. Oh no,
I
I'm not
just
blaming
didn't
you. I'm just
I I
saying
just
that
didn't want
probably.
Gwyn to hurt herself. That's all. I didn't want her to get hurt. I didn't want her to accidentally run into the
Oh no,
ogre.
no, I wasn't talking. I wasn't talking about you. I was just saying that
Mm.
this family, they're definitely strange, and there are a lot of strange things
Oh,
happening
they
about
are
them.
they are very much blessed or magical themselves, and
Mm.
Cursed.
possibly that is actually not something that didn't occur to me. Justine, you are so magnificent. But Sylvia, like, I do not quite agree with you because the dishevelment, the state they were both in, was not something that comes from a wanting to stop.
No, I think that they were both carried away in the moment, and in that moment, Juliet maybe became overwhelmed and had to leave.
I
I've
think it
not
might.
dealt. I've not dealt with many fae myself, but I assume if they're not fae, but there's definitely something magical about them. I've not
Oh yeah,
dealt with that in practice too much, but I assume that if you're dealing with someone who is somewhat magical, there are certain things that you have to keep in mind. So I think we should treat it as a sort of usual quarrel, but unusual in a way, because
I
we're
don't
dealing with a
know that
magical
it was a quarrel. I
being.
think that Juliet fled because she was genuinely afraid of hurting Gwyn.
Oh, on that note, we can both agree, and that is something I said to Gwyn because I'm pretty sure, as you know, sometimes in a fit of passion, you
Mm.
know, your strength may run away with you. You may unknowingly hurt someone that you care for very dearly, and I think the
Sylvia is starting to look really uncomfortable, just like, yep, okay.
And I think the precursor to that might have been the tearing of the blouse, and
Hmm.
that probably was what snapped Juliet out of this, led her to flee. Naturally, Gwen was, you know, confused by all of this and was concerned for her, considering that it was pretty much the dead of night and she was alone and running out. And next thing you know, she's gone like a fox.
Mm.
Or a wolf.
Uh-huh.
You're
She's
not
gone like
there. You're not there.
I'm not there.
she was she was very fast. Like I'm so but very very fast. I cannot stress that enough. By the
You
time
do.
by the time I
I'm
made it out of the inn, she was already halfway across the square.
I am just concerned because today we were going to find that ogre.
Yes.
What happens now? We can't go without Gwyn, and
Well,
she's
we'll just have to follow Gwyn. You know, if Gwyn had stayed as I thought we had agreed to, then we wouldn't be descending upon the Castillon family abode, of course.
but the gendarmes, Dubois, we are meeting all of them today.
So we better get going soon, no?
Mm.
Justine, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we should. Ogre is the most important thing at the moment.
Yeah, we should at least meet with them, discuss a strategy. Wait for Mina, obviously, because she is the one who knows the most about giants. She is a giant killer.
Um, maybe because I'm not sure how long Mina will be in the church. Maybe I could see if I could get a horse and catch up with Gwen. Maybe because she's walked by herself for some time, maybe she's had a bit of a breather, has cleared her head a little bit. Maybe I can convince her to come back and we can deal with, the love life situation maybe another time when things aren't more pressing.
Hmm. I had no luck persuading her. Maybe you will.
You know, I have gained quite a few skills with my profession. Hopefully, I'll be
Skills
able to.
that I know I do not have. So yeah, I think you should.
Christine, do you want to stay here or do you want to accompany me?
I will accompany you because I don't want you to go alone.
You're so sweet. At that, Aminata is going to reach out a hand, grab Justine's hand, and beeline for the door to try and I don't know. Actually, no. I'll ask Marie where is it possible to, I suppose, borrow a horse.
You go to your ask her. She says, I don't really
There's
know.
of course an RV across the road where you can rent a horse now.
No. There's
Local stables.
there's not. We don't.
You're a horse.
There's this is not a very large town, so it's not like there is a public carriage system or anything like that, or like you would have in larger towns and cities. Um,
Oh, I'm literally looking for somebody's house,
oh,
somebody's name who has a horse, and I'll go to their house and say,
I'm trying
"This
to.
is an emergency.
I'm
I need
trying.
your horse."
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think of who in the town itself. Like, obviously, most of the farmers all have horses, but
Do what?
Any farmer, yeah.
Dubon, does he have a? I think yes. He does. He have a? Yes, he does have a horse. Yes. Yes.
Okay. I know where I'm going, so
He's gonna expect payment. Sexy
listen.
payment.
Of one kind or another.
Listen, it might have been a bit of a dry spell. You never know.
Back.
Okay, so
Something
you're gonna head to Dubois' house because you were told where he lives now. So you yeah.
Oh no, I've been to his house
That's what I'm
already.
saying. Like you know where he lives, so yeah, that's not a problem. Mina, you go to mass. Um, Thankfully, there's no organ in the church to be playing
Oh,
music.
stop! Oh, God!
What about
um,
church bells?
yes, but
Can you not read the mass so loud, please?
so yeah, you go to mass. It's the standard morning mass. It's not because what day are we on here? We're on the 5th. It's Thursday. It's
15.
Thursday the 15th. Okay, so it's not a Sunday mass. Okay, so there's not a lot of people there. Um, and you do after the mass, you see Pierre Chosy going to the few parishioners, but you're like you do not want to see it like this. You're feeling slightly better, certainly, but you do feel like you need to get back and get some food into your stomach, and hopefully after that you'll be feeling much better.
Yeah.
Okay.
I light a quick candle for Gwyn, and then I'll go to I'll sneak out.
Sneak out, yeah.
Just when he talks to someone, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gone, and go and have some more coffee and
Just the
breakfast.
bang of booze off you, I'd say. Fucking knock down a horse, like.
So,
Probably.
Aminata, Justine, it's about a 10, I think it's about a 10-minute walk, I said before, to Dubois' house. So you just head over that way. You do actually see, when you get there, you see signs, like there's a smoke rising from the chimney, so there is somebody there. There's somebody in the house. So going there, knock on the door.
Oh,
Yes, you knock on the door.
Yep, knock on the door. Bonjour.
You go, you knock on the door, and a moment later, the door is opened by a woman who looks to be in her like late 30s, early 40s. She's fairly attractive. And she looks at you, and she looks at Justine. She's like, "Bonjour."
Pardon me, mademoiselle. I'm wondering if Monsieur Dubois is available. We have quite an urgent matter.
Philippe, what did I say before about you double booking my time? What's this? And you hear the sounds of movement and footsteps and chairs. It was like, what are you talking about, my dear? I was like, what? Like, no, what? And she's like, you've got some other women here to see you. I thought we were going to at least finish breakfast. No, like what? And he comes up, he sees the two. He's like, oh, it's the two of you. Hello. And you see, he's got his shirt. He's like, he's obviously in a breakfast. He's trousers, shirt. It's kind of half button, showing his incredibly muscular, very, very hairy chest. And as he goes like, bonjour. I mean, I'm supposed to be meeting you all later. I thought we weren't meeting
Oui, oui.
till 9:30.
No, I understand, and I'm very sorry for your for the interruption of your morning's activities. It's just we are in quite some need for a horse. We need to go and retrieve Gwen now.
Gwynn, what's wrong with she's the really pretty one, yes?
Never say that to her. She will curse you. But yes,
Oh, good.
yes.
Oh, good. Nothing is wrong with her. She just wandered off a little bit, and
Oh.
we need to find her. And
Well,
We
if
want
you-
to make
back to
we
if-
want to make well,
If you need my help, I'm sure I could track her.
no, we do not need your help. I just need
we just
your
need a
horse.
Okay.
Okay.
Of course. I guess. Please come. And he's looking kind of confused by this whole thing. So, and he goes to the woman. He's like, "My dear, I'm just going to help these young ladies. These are the heroes I was telling you about before." So, and when he says that to her, she like kind of relaxes a little bit. She's like, "Oh, wait, these are the ones you're going with to fight the ogre, right?" And he's like, "Yes, these are yes." This one pointing at Justine is like a powerful sorceress, and this one quite skilled with a revolver. So yes, I'll be back in a minute, and then we can finish that lovely breakfast that you cooked for me. Okay. And I mean, do you have to head off soon? We could. And she just she blushes, just like gives him a smack on the shoulder. Like, go. So he leads you around. There's a small stables beside the house, and there is a horse in the stall. This horse is massive. This horse is huge. This horse is like well over like 18, 19 hands high. Like
Okay. So
this
it
is
can definitely handle the two of us anyway.
Well, that's not the issue. The issue is you don't know if your legs will spread wide enough to fit on the bleeding back of the thing. Like this thing is a monster of a horse, okay? And
No comment.
he looks at the two of you. He's like,
Fine.
now, are you sure you'll be able to handle such a powerful beast?
My dear, I've handled worse.
Yeah, but I will point out something. Looking at your character sheet, you don't have horse riding down as one of your skills.
Oh my God, Justine. Can I convince the horse?
And neither does Justine. I will say with your backgrounds, you will have had some experience with horses because of your backgrounds. Justine, you're from a wealthy middle class family, and Amanada, you're from a political diplomat's family, so you would have had experience with horse riding. Okay, but I am going to say neither. So most of your experience with horse riding would have been with very tame domestic animals that are
Oh
very
no.
well trained. Okay, neither of you would be what would be considered a skilled horse rider.
Mm, right. Mm.
Yes.
Can
So
can I try and ride the horse?
you can certainly try to see how you'll do with the animal, but we're gonna have some hilarious ability checks.
I'm going to turn to Dubois, just looking at the size of this thing and say, you know, what sort of temperament? Are there any particular treats that the horse likes that might make it a bit more, as you say, amicable to strangers?
Well, like his master, he's a strong, virile, powerful animal.
Mm.
He loves something sweet. I have some.
Like an apple?
Well, yes, but unfortunately, it's the wrong time of the year for apples.
Okay. If anything, you have we
I
just
have some sugar cubes, if you wish.
oui, s'il vous plaît.
Now,
Merci.
I will warn you, if he knows you have them, he might try to bite through your clothing to get at them.
I will make sure not to put them in any of my pockets.
Okay. Okay, let's saddle this creature. Just promise me you will not get yourselves killed before we fight the ogre.
I cannot say such a thing.
Oh, man.
This horse is quite magnificent, and I will do my very best to be very respectful, and hopefully we can see eye to chest.
I
And
mean, I could see we might be able to find you a pony if you wish.
well, since we are trying to retrieve Gwen, we need something that would be quite strong enough to potentially bring us all back in a timely manner, so we can make that meeting at 9:30.
Okay, right. Okay, well, let's and he saddles up the animal and he. Which of you is taking the reins? Looking at
Name
Justine and
anyway.
I will take the reins.
Yeah,
okay.
because you have like I'd say you have more dexterity than I do. Because I
Oh,
have like
absolutely.
zeros for everything.
You have dexterity and you have charm. So
Oh yeah, that's why I'm like, I will bribe this horse if
yeah.
I need to.
So he does actually have to physically help like lift you up onto like to get onto the horse.
Can't I jump or something? I don't want him to touch me.
I know you don't, but like as I said, it's not just that this horse is tall. This
Ah,
is a massive beast of an animal, you know. Um,
okay.
he's actually quite respectful, and he's not copping a feel or anything. Because why would he do that? He doesn't need to. Women will literally throw themselves at him. He's not going to do that, you know.
Hmm.
And then he also helps Justine up as well. And he says, "Well, I'm sorry, I don't have a lady's saddle, so you can ride side." Um,
Oh, it is fine. I've ridden bareback before. It's not the most comfortable, but it's it is what we do when we need to.
right. Okay. Well, bon chance. I'm gonna go finish breakfast, and we'll meet back. I'll be meeting with the gendarmes about. Will we say if you're going? Will we say 10 o'clock?
Oui, 10 o'clock.
Okay. Okay. You're mute, Susie.
You said it was 9:30, and the
No,
Castilian
but
farm is an hour and a half away.
No. He'd
No,
been saying he was going to meet you at 9:30, and now he's saying 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's
Yeah.
Allow
like,
for
yeah,
some time to.
it's currently about 8:30-ish, okay? And it's an hour and a half,
He
yeah.
knows that they're going gallivanting.
It's an hour and a half to walk to the farm from the town. Amanada and Justine are on horseback now. So, um, okay, Amanada, what's it going to be? Dexterity or charm? Are you going to
uh,
try to use your agility to control the animal, or try to persuade it to be a good horse, to be a good boy?
I will
Poor
persuade it.
Peter.
I will literally pour all the honey I have into my voice, petting its mane, all the talking to it in a baby voice,
Show it who's
whatever it
boss.
needs.
Okay, give me a
Show it who's boss.
charm roll, and you can add your persuasion to that as well. I'll let you add your conversationalist modifier too, so that's going to make it a +4.
That's 4. Dirty 20.
Okay, right.
No.
Okay, the horse is kind of sniffing, and he's like looking back because he's really used to having a much heavier rider, in Dubois, and like Justine is quite slight, and you're quite small as well. So like between the two, you maybe weigh the same as Dubois. Like he's a beast of a man, as I said before. Like so like probably at least 115 kilos, maybe more. But so yeah. So he's kind of gingerly coming along, and he's trotting, and he's letting you lead him. But after a few minutes, you can feel he's getting a bit excited. He wants to speed up a bit.
I'm going to reach behind me because I assume Justine is going to be kind of holding on, just but not really
Yeah,
like super linking arms. So
oh no.
I'm going to reach behind me and like tighten up Justine's arms and just kind of take a deep breath and lean over and just kind of like give it a little like acknowledging like pat like as you want to go ahead and just kind of cross my fingers and hope we don't die.
Okay, right. He starts to trot a bit faster and a little bit quicker and you're trying to lead him out to across the town towards the road you need to go on to get to the Castilian farm, which is like the main road that he's used to get to the Tronque Forest, as I've said before. And then, like pretty much as soon as he gets to the edge of the town, he starts to speed.
Off like a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like a full, flat out gallop. Please excuse me if I get my horse terms wrong, okay? I grew up middle class in Ireland in the 90s. So
It's a canter,
I didn't have a horse, okay? Middle class in Ireland in the 90s didn't have a horse, okay? So...
It's a canter, not a
Okay,
gallop.
fine, Poshy, okay? So yeah, the
You either
fat...
had to be like super posh, or you were like,
Very, very, very poor lower
then
socioeconomic
you had a
background.
horse.
Then you had a horse in Ireland in the 90s. It
In
was...
the middle, anything in between.
No, so it's going fast but not flat out, okay? Now I'm just trying to do some quick mental arithmetic here in my head, because Gwynn, you got up, Sylvia saw you just walked out at speed, going not running, but going at a brisk, forceful pace out of the town.
Yeah, I'd say I had a good head start. Like I left when Mina was in mass. So.
Oh yeah, like long before. So then Sylvia came back. She was talking to Amanada and talking to Justine over breakfast, and that conversation took a while. And then Amanada and Justine were gone to Dubois, and then you were there with him getting the horse. So I'd say like you've probably got a good hour's head start on them.
Now I will say I would have stopped by the I don't know somewhere where there's plants and sat down and gathered some snowdrops, maybe some ivy and some other winter plants, and created a little wreath.
Like a little bouquet.
No, like kind of a circular wreath. Some twigs, some ivy,
Interesting.
some
Okay.
snowdrop. Yeah, so just a little kind of circular hollow wreath.
Okay.
It wouldn't have taken too long, but
Okay.
yeah,
Okay,
something relatively pretty.
Okay, so
No, I'm not there, but I am noting the flowers you're using.
Okay. Our stream has turned into a Victorian flower language podcast.
I'm actually using what is alive.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, you're using what is
The
alive
meaning
and
of them.
available in middle of February.
Maybe
In
it's snowdrops. So
yeah,
hang on.
definitely
Maybe
snowdrops. Yes. Okay. So anyway,
affection, friendship, fidelity, and new beginnings.
so so
It's a makeup, maybe.
you
Ivy is for marriage and fidelity, if anybody's
Uh-huh.
curious.
Yeah, that's what Christina just said. Yeah.
yeah. So we you do. I'm going to say you get to. You're going to get to the Castilian farm before Amanat and Justine are going to meet because you got the head start. Okay. Because it was, as I said, you were a good hour ahead of them. Okay.
Excellent.
So
yeah, I guess I'll knock on the door if I can't see anyone.
okay, so you knock on.
Try and clean myself up a bit, look
So
less disheveled.
you knock on the door, and a moment later, you see the door is opened, and you see it's Amelie Castillon, the mother of the family.
Good morning, Madame Castillon. Is Juliet here?
She's not available to talk right now, my dear. Could I pass on a message, perhaps?
Are you sure? It wouldn't take long. I just want 30 seconds of her time.
I'm sorry, my dear.
Could you give her this for me? And just tell her I'm sorry and I would love to see her soon.
And as you're saying that, you see movement, and coming up behind her is Jean Castillon, the father.
Oh God. I'm going to take a step back.
And he looks down at the wreath that you just handed to his wife, and he says, I know you're a good woman, but it is not a good thing for you to be pursuing my daughter. It is best for the both of you if this does not continue.
Well, respectfully, sir, I really like your daughter. And I would really like to see her again. And I thought you felt that way about me. And I would like to hear this from her, not from you.
I understand, but unfortunately, life is not always that simple. It's for the best for both of you.
Can you just tell me if she's okay?
She is. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. And I'm so sorry for whatever I did to make this happen. I didn't mean to upset her, and just tell her I'm sorry. And
I will pass on the message. Unfortunately, not everybody gets to have the happy ending.
Okay. Well, I'm picking up what he's putting down. Okay, so yeah, I guess Gwynn, just what can I do, really? That's it. I'll just thank them for their time and leave.
You leave.
Take a sneaky little look up at the windows. Is anyone looking at
You don't see anything.
God
You turn
damn it.
around, you leave.
Yeah, I'll just start meandering back. And
honestly, how are you feeling? How are you reacting to this?
oh, devastated. Like, I was sure I would see her. But like, don't want to barge my way through the dad.
Yeah, he's a big
That's
guy.
really, that's not gonna happen.
The dad's
so
like,
it's like, what can I do?
like,
you know,
the dad's probably nearly as big as Dubois. Like, he's a big guy.
Like,
yeah.
As soon as he appeared the door, it's like, okay, game over.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna respect whatever they're saying and just hope that she'll find me if she wants to. But yeah, no, Gwynn is pretty upset, and that is not what she expected would happen. She thought she would see Juliet, be able to talk to her. So yeah, not happy at all.
So you
kind of wants to burn them. No, never mind.
You walking out off the farm onto the road,
Rage rising.
you
Yeah.
you hear the sound of hooves of horse, and you see a a somewhat alarming sight. This massive beast of a horse. This thing is huge. Okay, like it reminds you of stories that you've heard of the Kelpies of Scotland level of monstrous. And on the back of the horse, reins in a white knuckle grip, you see Aminata. And it looks like she's leaning down to try and whisper into the horse's ear. As behind her, arms feverishly held around Aminata, you see Justine.
Oh no.
As the two of you on the horseback coming up to the casino, you see Gwyn coming out onto the road with a devastated look on her face. And when you see your friends coming to you, clearly having somehow managed to find a horse and ridden all the way out here, how are you? What does that do to you?
I think Gwynwood was pretty annoyed when Sylvia was following her. She just like had a mission in her head and needed to get it done. But actually, she's really glad to see them. Does the horse look like it's stopping?
Aminata,
stop the horse.
Give me you got a choice.
Help?
Charm or Dex? What's it gonna be?
I'm going to keep it sweet and try and charm him again.
Okay.
Like I'm going to like start gently kind of tugging, like putting a bit more pressure on the reins to indicate what I want.
Yeah, like
also...
you're trying to indicate, but this horse's head is not moving. What did you roll?
Can I use the same?
Yeah, you can use a +4. Yeah.
23.
Okay, yeah. So you managed to. Please stop. Okay, there's some sugar cubes in it for you, and the horse suddenly pulls down to a stop and kind of looks around at you,
Nice.
nudges at you with its nose.
I've ridden horses like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
so have I. It's like every single second, it's like you're convincing and playing and pleading, and you're like, please don't kill me.
Please, just
I'm going to give it its sugar cube, one only,
Yes.
and I'm going to reach down. Actually, what I'd probably suggest is I'm going to just kind of tap Justine's hands so she lets go, and I'm going to encourage her to scoot back so we can sit Gwen between us.
Squeeze Gwyn.
Yeah, so we can kind of hug her while getting back into town because we can sense.
No, I don't think you need to like tap Justine. She had exactly the same thoughts. Like.
So yeah, you Justine, you pull back because it's a very big saddle because it's for Dubois, and you make room for the slender Gwyn to kind of climb up. They have to help you because it's such a huge horse.
Yeah, so we're both
climb onto the horse, and you turn you command the horse to turn, heading back to Cherville, knowing that you will be meeting the gendarmes and Dubois to head back this way in the hopes of tracking down this ogre. And I think that is a perfect place to pause in our story.